Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. And coming up on today's show, well, first we're here at Wilmington Country Club, which hosted the FedEx Cup semifinals, the BMW Championships, this week at Wilmington. But more importantly, for Philadelphia area golf, it's the Golf Association of Philadelphia's 125th anniversary this year. And GAP is celebrating 125 years of amateur golf excellence here at Wilmington Country Club. Also coming up on today's show, Make Golf Your Thing. Meg Donahue's back with her excellent students, and they're going to be talking about using the driver. So it's a full show, and it's going to be special today from Wilmington Country Club and GAP's 125th anniversary celebration. Coming up next here on Inside Golf. The 25th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. Your next golf getaway is in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Visit montcogolf.com. By the First Tee Greater Philadelphia. The First Tee not only helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit firstteephiladelphia.org. By the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, a community of professionals enhancing the game of golf since 1925. Make sure you thank your golf course superintendent today. By GAP, celebrating 125 years of amateur golf. By Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, a digital publication and private business network. Read the current issue free at jerseymanmagazine.com. By the Haverford Trust Company. For life's must-haves, there's Haverford. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia PGA Section, the experts in the game and business of golf.
Golf is the great equalizer. For many, this journey is an escape from reality, a chance to be part of a team, a career opportunity. PGA Reach impacts lives through golf by lifting people up, giving them hope, and sending them down an alternate path that they never saw coming. With PGA Reach Philadelphia, as in life and in golf, the most important shot you take is the next one.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. As I mentioned in our opening, we are here at beautiful Wilmington Country Club as Wilmington Country Club and the BMW Championship, part of the FedEx playoffs, PGA Tour, everything, has allowed the Golf Association of Philadelphia to use this venue for its 125th anniversary celebration. And Oscar Mestri, as you all know, because he's on the show as much as I am, and our T-Law the president of GAP, second year term, right?
Yes.
And I have to ask you, Oscar, before we get into what's going to happen here tonight, did you plan it so that you would be the president on this 125th anniversary celebration? Come on, be honest.
It was a lot of planning, Harry. It was a lot of planning.
The
Stars lined up right.
You sure did. Hey, and GAP's lucky to have you.
Oh, thank you very much. It's nice of you to say that. I think I'm lucky to have GAP, honestly. It's wonderful. You know, this was 9 years. My tenure on the board has been 9 years. So just to witness the growth that GAP has and the success that GAP has enjoyed the last 9 years is fabulous. And it's all due to work that was done previous to my tenure, but I'm happy to take all the credit.
Well, why not? You're the man, right? You'll be the man giving, I guess, the big address tonight.
The welcome.
How many people were here, bud?
We were expecting over 300 people.
Wow. Okay. Wilmington Country Club, I would say. And thanks to the BMW Championship, FedEx playoffs, PGA Tour, and all that to get it done.
Yes.
That was no easy task.
No easy task.
Western Golf Association.
Correct. Yes. I think it's about gratitude, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we don't get to 125 without a lot of people doing some wonderful things. You know, everything from our clubs, from our members, from our volunteers, from our staff. But the reality is there's so many people to thank, including our now over 100,000 members and our 340 plus clubs. we're excited. This is a super exciting time, and we're all like, hey, we got here, right?
Speaking of an exciting time, not just this event leading up to it, the preparation for Oscar has been a big part of his time in Ephesus. But he's got a big event coming up next week in Massachusetts, qualifying for the second time for the U.S. Senior Amateur. So, first time I can congratulate you on camera.
Thank you.
And, how do you balance Oscar the player, Oscar the president of Gala?
You know, you have to compartmentalize, and sometimes I'm not very good at that. I just happened to be pretty good at it last week, and hopefully,
he was the medalist, by the way, in the qualifier.
And hopefully next week I can enjoy it, right? I can take some time to really enjoy where I am and what I'm doing, and be present in the moment. And my goal is, hey, let's get into match play and see what can happen.
Absolutely. Hey, it's almost like that would be a Hollywood movie, wouldn't it? To have like the 125th anniversary, you serving as president, and then a week later going up. I don't want to jinx you.
No.
But not only getting the match play, but win the whole thing. Bring
that
the
would be
trophy home
nice.
to
That would be
Gala.
nice. Listen, it's already in my world. It's already like a little bit of a Hollywood movie, right? I went to the University of Delaware. Our event is tied into the first PGA Tour event ever in the state of Delaware. We're hosting our 125th anniversary at Wilmington Country Club in the state of Delaware. I don't know. It's already pretty good movie stuff.
Congratulations on everything that's happened.
Thank you very much.
Good luck next week. And thanks for everything that GAP does to help Inside Golf. Spread the word about Philadelphia.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
What a year it's been, not just for GAP, but for its president, Oscar Mesri. Have you met or ever heard a nicer guy in anything, let alone golf? I mean, Oscar Mesri is the best. Good luck to Oscar up there in Massachusetts at the U.S. Senior Amateur. All right, more to come from Wilmington Country Club and Inside Golf. Coming up next, we're going to make golf your thing. Megan Donahue with her prize pupils getting ready to hit that driver.
Body properly. You hear the whoosh?
The oldest state or regional golf association in the country hits a milestone this year. GAP celebrates its 125th birthday. Celebrating amateur golf since 1897, GAP has evolved to include 300-plus member clubs, more than 90,000 individual members. It offers events for males and females of all ages and ability levels. GAP continues to uphold its mission to preserve, protect, and promote the game of golf. Happy birthday, GAP.
Go ahead. You can have my turn. Oh my, you have to see this.
Come on,
You can have this kind of summer.
Guys.
Or this kind of summer. This summer, the real entertainment is on the road. Don't miss out on your dream car during the BMW Summer On sales event. Receive a loyalty credit of up to $1,750 on select models now through August 31st.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. Coming up now, we're going to join Meg Donahue on our feature segment, Make Golf Your Thing. Whereas Meg and Melissa, her excellent students, are all ready to get some more sound advice. And today, it's going to be about hitting the driver.
Welcome back to another edition of Make Golf Your Thing. I'm Meg Donahue and I'm with Marissa and Megan, and today we are going to learn how to hit the the big club. Yes,
the big club.
The big club. Yep. An important piece of equipment that we want to learn how to do. It's the same exact swing. It's just obviously it's a lot longer than your 7-iron. Okay, so there's 3 really important things that we're going to cover. So I'm going to ask both of you to step over there, and I'm going to demonstrate the difference there. So obviously this club is much longer, so we have to make room for that to get back. So ball placement is the first thing that we're going to work on. And so it's not going to be in the middle of your stance, it's actually going to be off your front foot in order to make room to get back to that golf ball. Okay. If I had it in the middle of my stance, it would be very difficult to hit that golf ball well. So you're going to put the ball off of pretty much the inside of your left foot. And then, is there anything else you notice about my stance? So if this was with my 7-iron, notice anything else?
It's much wider.
Much wider, yeah. Right? So longer club. Again, the swing doesn't change, but your arc of your swing changes because it's a much longer club. So we have to kind of prepare for that. So you want to get your stance a little wider. And then obviously notice that the ball is on a tee. Okay? So with a driver swing versus your iron swing, iron swing, I taught you how to hit down on the golf ball, hit the ball, then the ground.
Yes.
Right? We don't really want to make contact with the ground. We want to make contact with the ball here. Okay? So I have the ball off my front foot. My stance is a little bit wider. Do you notice something else too?
Yes.
Yes, right? So there's a little bit more tilt here. Again, that happens because of my stance.
Okay.
Okay? But also that promotes catching the ball on the upswing versus with your iron where you're hitting down on it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense, yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Okay, so I have the ball placement right. My stance is correct. I look out to where I want that ball to go. Woo!
Nice.
So how do we know how high to tee it up?
Excellent question, Marissa. So half of the ball should go over the golf ball, the head of the golf ball.
The club? Okay.
Yes. So I turn my upper body back. That's the same. My lower body brings the club down. That's the same. And I extend forward. And we want to end
Back there.
just like with your iron right here with all your weight on your front foot. Okay, so before you even hit a golf ball though, take some practice swings to the tee. Practice actually hit it with the tee.
Oh, okay. Am I lifting the club off of the ground at all, or just putting it?
Excellent question. I actually forgot that piece. So because it's longer, right, we want to sweep it along the ground as long as possible.
Okay.
So sweep it back, and then that will take you into the right position.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
So just get all the way to here, Megan. This part is really, really important.
Okay.
You ready?
I think so. Are you ready?
Heck yeah. No judging at home.
Right.
No judging. It's a free judgment
No
zone.
judging. No judging.
Take a deep breath. Whew. Okay, we made contact.
Contact left the tee.
Take a practice swing, and that's your think box.
Okay.
Okay? When you step up to hit the ball, take the deep breath, look out where you want the ball to go, and go. Okay? No thinking. That was better. Look
That
at your
felt
finish.
better.
Yes. Take a deep breath.
Nice.
That felt good.
Just give yourself a second to pause, whether it's good or bad.
Okay.
Okay? We actually learn more from not getting it right than we do from getting it right. Because when we get it right, we're like, okay, next one. So even when they're good or bad, just pause for a second and say, did it match my practice swing?
All right.
And I find that most people, when they feel like they have to do more because they want the ball to go so much further.
Yes. Yep.
Okay? That's not the case. We still want to do the same swing. You know, we make those changes that I talked about in your setup, which will help you, but don't feel like you have to do more just because it's a much bigger club.
Okay.
So now, actually, I'm going to teach you another drill, because this is, we're building up to playing golf. We want to practice, right?
Yes.
So now, another great way to get the feeling of your body getting into motion is flip the club over. You're going to still hold it the same grip, the same way, just at the here. Okay, so what most people do with a driver is they swing with their arms and they forget about their body.
Right.
Okay, what we want to do is learn from the get-go here to use our body properly. If I use my lower body properly, you hear the whoosh? Okay, watch me do it with just arms. No whoosh.
No whoosh.
So we want freedom and a whoosh.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, bring on the whoosh.
Bring on the whoosh. Good. There you go. Remember, 1 out of 5 amateurs are going to hit it well. So as a beginner, 1 out of 10. Okay?
Oh!
Oh, that's
There you go. 1 out of 10,
everything
right?
different. Yeah.
And know that you can do it.
That sound just
Yes.
is
Yes.
so
All right, let's
reassuring.
stop there for a second and just have a little wrap up, okay? Because honestly, it is, especially with the driver, you're going to hit less good shots with the driver, especially in the learning time. So I would never ever recommend to anybody to come out here and beat drivers for a total hour, okay? You're going to get better at your golf swing with practicing your irons, not your driver.
Okay.
Do you need to practice it? Sure. Do you need to get comfortable with learning how to hit it? Absolutely. But you don't want to spend a whole hour just practicing drivers. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Thanks, Meg. Thanks, Meg and Marissa. And the next time we see those prize pupils, they're going to be stepping from off the course and a practice area to on the course. Yeah, they're going between the ropes, and they're going to be playing a round of golf at manufacturers. All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, it's Liv and the PGA Tour. What's going on? What time is it? Today, between those two. We'll find out with our teed-off panel next on Inside Golf.
They are just having a hard time admitting that they made their own bed, now they have to sleep in it.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues with our teed-off panel. We are assembled again at Lulu Country Club on the back deck under the awning on a bright sunny day. Doesn't get any better than this, does it? Here at Lulu Country Club, and we're joined by Joe Logan of myphillygolf.com. Matt Fry, Director of Communications, Philadelphia section of the PGA, and outstanding member of Lulu. He's getting a lot of positive reaction from you viewers. Jim Sullivan, he's
like a
inching
bad
his
penny,
way.
Harry, like a bad penny.
He's always here. We always find Sully, but good to have you.
Good to be here.
All right, let's talk Liv again. Recently in the news, this thing's going to go on. There's going to be either a conclusion in court or a conclusion out of court. But the most recent decision kind of denied, Joe, 3 players out of 11 who had filed a, antitrust suit against the PGA Tour, and then 3 of them wanted to try to get back into the FedEx playoffs. They had qualified before they jumped ship, and the judge had denied that injunction. And now we go back to court eventually on the big suit. Personally, I have a feeling that somewhere down the line this is going to be agreed to among the parties. I know this sounds a little crazy out of court, but what is your opinion on either that opinion of mine, or do you have something else?
I agree that the judge ruling in favor of the tour was a bit of a setback for Liv. To me, the message it sent was, you ask for a restraining order like that when something's about to happen and it's going to go forward, and you want it to sort of freeze everything in time so that these guys don't lose their opportunity. And the judge is sort of saying, I don't see this as such an emergency, which I think Liv would have to take as a negative ruling. But I think you're right. Eventually down the road, there's going to have to be some kind of come to Jesus moment, because they're fighting at each other. I mean, how long can this go on until they sit down and come to some sort of agreement, whether they like it or not? It might be like kissing your cousin, but at least there'll be some agreement.
Yeah, and it's a case almost, Matt, of who has the most dollars here. You know, more in the game. Is it the Saudi fund? Is it the PGA Tour? And I think we know the answer to that. As much as the PGA Tour makes, it doesn't have that kind of money. But to your point, to Joe's point rather, about how the injunction was denied, that the 3 guys, I think they were looking more, not so much for financial compensation that was possible in this whole FedEx thing, but their ability to get qualification for future like majors and world rankings. That's a bigger issue. Money is like number 5 on the list, I think, as far as they're concerned. It's more about getting their set whatever for future majors and world rankings, which determine the other part.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. I mean, obviously, if they've gone to Live, they're making a good chunk of change. They don't really need an extra few million from the FedEx Cup playoffs. But, you know, I think that they are just having a hard time admitting that they made their own bed. Now they have to sleep in it.
Right.
You know, they knew what the penalty was going to be when they left, and now they're surprised that the PGA Tour is actually following through with their punishment.
What, Sully, is a trump card, pardon the pun, that could be used in this whole effort to maybe get a compromise going? Is it going to be a winning court, or is it going to be a trickle-down effect of bigger names? And we're already hearing some big names who may be ready to jump ship, or by the time this show airs, have jumped ship. Cam Smith, the biggest name possible. I mean, if Cam Smith, what is he, 24 years old or something like that?
20, yeah, 5 or 6.
Arguably one of the top 3 golfers out there right
Sure,
now,
yeah.
Just coming off the major win at the Open. If Cam Smith drops a dime and says, I'm out of here, does Jay Monahan say, well, good riddance? Or does he sit back with his people and say, hey, is this going to continue? I mean, this is not good for us.
So my opinion on it is a couple-fold. Cam Smith would be a major deal. Everybody else that's gone seems to me, maybe other than Taylor Gooch, but the big names that have gone are sort of past their high energy level of trying to become better and the best golfer in the world. They've reached that point and are kind of, Dustin Johnson, Koepka, I think are a little past their prime. If Cam Smith goes, he's approaching his sort of maybe best player in the world and could do that. That would be a big blow, but all in all, I think the PGA Tour has a highly defensible position and needs to defend it at all costs. So LIV is 48 players. If they took the top 20 or 30 names on the PGA Tour, that would be catastrophic to the PGA Tour. And they could afford it. You know, if it were open season and they signed up the top 30 players at $100 million each, that kills what the Tour is today. As they're picking away at people, I don't think it kills the PGA Tour. So I don't think the PGA Tour should negotiate. I think in 3 or 4 years, you know, you go through a lull. The PGA Tour has recycled new best players in the game, big names, great players. Brandon Matthews is going to be on tour next year, and he's going to get everybody's attention by how far he hits it. DeChambeau is gone, but he hits it further than DeChambeau anyway. I think the nature of the Tour's model recreates stars every few years, and I think it'll continue to do that. And I think if they compromise, they lose.
Well, to your point, I mean, Brooks Koepka 3 years ago, everybody thought he was going to maybe challenge Nicklaus's record for majors, right?
On a pile.
Bryson, who got more publicity than Bryson DeChambeau 2 years ago? Anybody? I mean, anybody, even like Tiger Woods type publicity.
Sure.
That was the focus. So, and now you're saying those two guys may be over the hump a little bit, but there's always somebody else.
I think they're replaceable.
Yeah, well, do you think a compromise is possible? Would Jay Monahan lose his job if he had to compromise?
I think it's going to really depend on the market. Honestly, if people don't buy into LIV, then the PGA Tour is fine because they already have the media buy-in behind them. So they won't have to change unless the public starts going full throttle towards
That's
LIV.
the other thing, a TV deal. If LIV gets a TV deal, all of a sudden, the game changes.
Oh, both TV
a lot.
and world.
Not for the money, but just for the exposure.
They'll both lend a legitimacy to it that they currently don't have. World ranking points and TV contracts are what lend, and the field. But what has surprised me is the PGA Tour seems to have been caught sort of off guard by something you could see coming down the road. And they've been on their
Norman's been doing this
defensive.
for 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, they've been on their defensive for the entire time.
Right.
And I don't think Jay Monahan has looked all that good. And he makes a lot of money, so.
He's going to earn it. And we'll be back guaranteed to talk about it somewhere down the line as we continue to look at LIV versus the PGA Tour. Thank you, gentlemen. We'll be back. More of Inside Golf in a moment. Designed by Donald Ross, Lulu Country Club is one of the premier private golf courses in Montgomery County. This classic 18-hole course boasts a new state-of-the-art clubhouse with many amenities for members to enjoy. Members are invited to play in events, tournaments, and enjoy guest privileges. For more information, contact membership at lulucc.com.
Do you think this Valley Forge vacation was your idea? We've been controlling us the whole time. This racing game is great, but nothing beats the real thing.
That sloth you think I love so much gets me a free trip to the zoo.
They don't know they're hungry yet, but I do. I'm starving!
Charlie! Charlie! Works every time.
Just wait until you see what I plan for the next trip. Visit Valley Forge, where kids make the rules.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf here from beautiful Wilmington Country Club, the site of the Golf Association of Philadelphia's 125th anniversary. What a wonderful time. What a wonderful celebration. 125 years of Gap Golf. All right, next up, next week, we'll be talking to Ray Dittinger. Ray, of course, everybody knows him, but did you know Ray actually played a round of golf one time at White Marsh during the old IVB Classic? Now, let me be the first to tell you, it was the last time he played golf, and it was a long time ago, but always enjoyable to sit down with my good friend, Diddy. And coming up in future weeks here on Inside Golf, we're going to be taking a look back at the Lanark match for charity. What a match it was. 2 amateurs against 2 professionals. Let me just tell you this. It went down to the final putt on the 18th at historic Lanark. We're going to be showing it to you, and you will certainly be impressed by what went on. They raised over $100,000 for the J. Wood Platt Caddy Scholarship Trust and for the First Tee program of Philadelphia. Good job to the members at Lanark. I'm Harry Donahue, and remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, don't pick up. We'll see you next time here on Inside Golf.
The 25th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf. Your next golf getaway is in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Visit montcogolf.com. By the First Tee Greater Philadelphia. The First Tee not only helps young men and women become better golfers, but most important, better people. Get involved. Visit firstteephiladelphia.org. By the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, a community of professionals enhancing the game of golf since 1925. Make sure you thank your golf course superintendent today. By Gap, celebrating 125 years of amateur golf. By Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, a digital publication and private business network. Read the current issue free at jerseymanmagazine.com. By the Haverford Trust Company. For life's must-haves, there's Haverford. And by Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia PGA Section, the experts in the game and business of golf.